Day. We'll have an update on that in your Memorial Day weekend coming up in just a little bit.
Governor McMaster just announcing today he is lifting restrictions on attractions across South Carolina starting this Friday. That includes places listed here on your screen. He'll also be lifting restrictions on rec sports for both kids and adults. Those leagues will be able to start practicing again on May the 30th. The governor was asked why he decided to open tourist attractions. He says he studied recommendations and the findings of Accelerate SC.
We can't keep things closed forever, of course. The Constitution doesn't allow it. Neither does common sense, and neither would the economy.
Day camps for kids will be allowed this summer, but no overnight stays. Well, the weather may not be looking great, but that's not stopping a lot of your plans for the weekend. We're asking you on Facebook what your plans are for the holiday ahead. Wendy says she's heading to the beach.
Brooke says she's going camping. Jason says he's going up to Gatlinburg, but a lot of you also said you'll just be staying home, so more of the same for a lot of us.
And all of your plans got us wondering, what are the things you might consider not doing because of the virus?
And what are some options that are safer? Our I-Team's Meredith Anderson asked the experts.
It's one thing for a doctor to say, yeah, the risk seems pretty low if you and your family want to go to the beach this weekend. But when the chief of infectious diseases at AU said that's what he's doing this weekend, that could be a game changer for some of you on the fence. Normally, Memorial Day is the unofficial start of summer, but these past couple of months have been anything but normal. That means a lot of you have probably canceled your normal trip to the beach or to the lake. But Dr. Jose Vasquez says you actually don't need to.
If you're checking into the hotel, you're going to do the same thing that you've been doing anywhere else, staying away from people.
In fact, he says he's heading to the Isle of Palms near Charleston, which also means a hotel stay.
So as far as sleeping in a room, a hotel room, I don't think that's an issue at all.
Especially when you're going to a hotel to spend time outside at the beach.
Well, that's where everybody should be this Memorial Day weekend.
That's because he says outside is the safest place to be. The heat, the humidity, the breeze, they're all factors to help diminish transmission of the virus. Add in salt water, he says even better. Or lake water, or pool water for that matter.
No virus in the pool. This virus is very wimpy. When it gets outside the body, it dies almost right away.
Okay, so what about inside at a restaurant? When they were allowed to reopen, Dr. Vasquez went, and he liked what he saw.
The ones that I've seen have actually had a group sitting, and then they skip one or two tables, and then put another one. So I think they've been doing it very intelligently.
And that is the key here. If you walk into a place where people aren't practicing social distancing, he says, get out. If the pool or beach or lake is too crowded, change spots. We can try to do normal things again as long as we realize things aren't back to normal. Not yet. And sorry, kids, Dr. Vasquez says you'll have to be okay just hanging with the fam.
My kids are older now, but when you had kids, they always wanted to take a friend to the beach.
I only laugh because I'm a parent too, but Dr. Vasquez has important advice.
I probably wouldn't be taking my kids' friends with me on the beach, to the beach.
Unfortunately, he says the same goes for anyone not in our household. Grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins. As difficult as that is, he says it's still not safe. But it is getting safer. So keep washing your hands. Keep wearing your mask. Stay away from people. And get outside this weekend if you can. It could do us all some good. Reporting for the I-Team, Meredith Anderson, on your side.
We've always known that salt water is good medicine, and now, Laura, it is official. Get outside.
I am ready for it, Laura, but transportation news if you are traveling in both Georgia and South Carolina say they will restrict.
Kind of pop-up showers that form later into the day, but we'll keep a closer eye on that forecast over the next few days.
Please do, Riley. Thanks so much. While coronavirus has taken over our lives in the last few months, the Augusta Library is thinking ahead, hundreds of years ahead.
Sydney Heiberger talks to them about how they plan to capture this moment in history.
What better way to honor history than to capture it for future generations? The Georgia Room at the Augusta Public Library is asking people to send in submissions of their experiences during COVID so that this moment in history doesn't get lost in time.
I talked to my husband, who's been gone, 50 years.
history.
When people start to forget, kind of the day-to-day, it will be good to be able to have people's impressions of the here and now.
So it's been a lot harder for me to find some alone time and kind of de-stress.
Tina Ray Floyd in the Georgia Heritage Room says this census year couldn't be a better time to do it.
This census has some of the fewest questions that have been seen in a long time. Being able to have a collection of people's experiences will give us a better sense of how we dealt with such a huge humanitarian crisis.
But even more than remembering COVID, she hopes the capsule will remind us of a strong community.
I definitely hope that it will show Augusta's compassion, how people have stepped up to help each other.
The Georgia Room is asking anyone, but particularly healthcare workers and first responders, to make a submission, whether it be a photo, a video, or a written entry. They say they just want to show what life was like during this pandemic. Reporting in Augusta, Sydney Heiberger on your side.
Interesting project, and we're going to have a link to our website on how to submit an entry. But Laura, keep your mask handy. You might want to tell your grandkids about the mask one day. I hope they're not wearing them still by this.
Yeah, I know. I hope it's a distant memory.
Interesting project there. I'm glad they are doing that. Okay, still ahead, a former high school